Nah, it's been good though. Vibes good, energy's good. Guys are starting. I think guys are honestly picking up things a lot faster this year than we did last year. So it's first 2 days been really good.
Defensively, what did you like about yesterday's training camp session?
Defensively, I liked how we got after it. I mean, the whole day was defense. We didn't do nothing else. I shot the ball twice in practice yesterday. So it's what we need. It's what we pride ourselves on. So and we ain't nobody got problems with it.
And the moving of the basketball, you were great with assists last season. It's something that Washington wants to continue to do well. What did you like most about how everyone was moving and off the ball and with the ball?
I like that how we act off the court isn't changed by how we get on the court. Like we all great chemistry, great vibes off the court, and you can see it carries on the court. Everyone's touching the ball, everyone's shooting, everyone's having fun. So I like how we're not two different teams. We're the same guys on and off the court.
What does a defensive focus practice to that degree look like? What are you guys working on?
Specifically on defense, being disruptive. Like we're trying to create a lot more turnovers this year, get a lot more shot attempts than the other team, put us in a lot better position to win the ball games.
Speaking of that,
When you look at the amount of work you guys put in defensively yesterday, then being able to translate it and work on it a little bit more today, how do you see that carry over in being able to get things quicker, as you mentioned, than you might have did last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a testament to not nothing bad about the guys we had last year, but it's just a testament to the culture that we're trying to build this year and the speed that we're trying to move this rebuild or whatever. Like, we got a lot of guys that are catching on really quickly and want to get things quickly, like stand after asking questions, all our player development guys, because we're actually all really learning this stuff all at the same time. Like I just said earlier, like I'm one of the oldest guys here, so it's like we're all still learning, and I think that's what's really helping us get it all together and faster at the same time.
Trey mentioned the coverages for him coming from the college game to now the NBA, and how specifically you all want to do the coverage defensively is a big challenge for him. How have you noticed the younger guys making that jump, similar to how you guys had to make it last year?
I mean, it's kind of funny because I literally see him going through those same indecisiveness like I was just going through last year. Like oh, every single play we got to do this. Oh, like I can see him going through it, and I'm not really saying anything to him because he's gonna get it just like anyone else would. But I definitely see the similarities. But those guys are doing really well transitioning from how they were expected to play in college and how we were expecting them to play here. They're doing a really good job of that.
how does it help the team to have two real long-time vets in Khris and in CJ who have years in the league but also can still play?
It's really important, and it's really important for this reason right here. Like, I keep saying we got a lot of young guys that are all trying to learn, and we're all trying to build something. And then you got those two just old soul, old stones that you know what we're gonna get from them. Like, you know what you're gonna expect from them and everything. Like, consistency that never changed. Like everyone else, we're all still learning and growing and changing every day. Those two guys are gonna stay the same, and we need that on this team. And they know that, and we know that. So I think it works well together.
How often do you try to learn from them, not just from watching what they do, but from actually approaching them with questions and stuff?
Every day you can ask them. They'll call me annoying. Like, I talk to them. I'm serious. I talk to them. I talk to CJ especially a lot. Khris, I'm talking to a lot more now. He's finally starting to talk. He was a shy guy at first, but I talk to them guys all the time. Everyone does. Like, they're probably sitting out in the locker room telling stories right now. Like, genuinely, we talk to them guys all the time.
You mentioned on Media Day that you've long been compared to CJ, right?
Yeah.
How long has that been the case? Like, do you remember the first time someone was like, hey, you kind of remind me of CJ?
It was the first time my brother went to Lehigh, because him and my brother went to the same school. So I was actually, kind of tapped into CJ's story and all that stuff, early on in my life. And so, I mean, I don't know how old I was, but, a long time ago.
With CJ and Khris kind of being the vets that they are, but also still being able to play, has there been over the course of the last couple of days, but also the weeks leading up to training camp, a time where they kind of play that vet card and something happens and they kind of just look at you like, nah, figure it out. I'm not going to give you the education this time. You got to figure it out.
I wouldn't say not yet. I can't give a specific example. Probably done it to other guys, but like I said, I'm annoying. So even if they probably tried to hit me with that, I was like, nah, what do I do here? I'm trying to get everything I can out of them. But I can definitely see Khris doing something like that. You probably ask somebody else, they probably got a story for you.
Outside of yourself, who impressed you today at training camp?
Outside of myself, that's funny. Who impressed me today? JP. I said Jonathan right there. He impressed me today. He did really well today. He don't like shooting the ball, but he did good.
What did you like about what he did?
His energy, like he brought, we had a very long practice today, as I mentioned earlier. But he brought energy throughout the entire time. Even the last 2 minutes of the game, he's still loudest one in the gym, still moving around. He brought it today.
What's been a question that you've asked either CJ or Khris that they were like, come on, man, you're going to ask like that granular question, or is there been a question that really stood out in terms of the response he gave you?
Yeah, I asked Khris, what did he do with all the money he got? And he was just like, spend it. And I'm like, what'd you really do with that money? I need to know specifically.
And then, there's been a lot of talk about the competition this year in camp. What have the first few days been like, and have there been any specific moments where the intensity has really popped?
Yeah. I mean, y'all saw somebody walk off today with not a top lip. I mean, I would say it's pretty competitive. Who?
Yeah.
Oh, if you ain't see it, I ain't see it either. But I think it's been really competitive. With a lot of guys getting after. We got a lot of the same guys in here. We're deep. So practice has been fun. Because we can do like 5v5, v5s and stuff like that.
Still, to me, we have good knowledge of some of the things that we worked on last year. A lot of guys returning. We're a little ahead in some of that stuff that we can move a little quicker, but good overall practice. The pace was high. I was very pleased.
Were there a couple of players that stood out to you in that regard specifically?
No one specifically. I just like the whole group mentality today of putting their hard hat on, going to work, very businesslike. Energy was high.
With Alex and AJ, what does their timeline look like to return to practicing?
They're just in the return to play process right now, doing a little bit more each day.
The connections between first day and the next day. I know coaches maybe push some skills to the next day because you didn't get to something, but what did you like in terms of the continuity from day one to day two with what you were able to get in?
Yeah, we did a lot of defense yesterday. We got some offensive principles today, so a little bit of combination of both. I thought that was a good way to build it out. Like I said, I was really pleased because some of that stuff had some 9 guys returning, so a little bit of knowledge of what we did from last year so we could move on to some stuff a little bit faster, so that was good.
Have any of the offensive principles changed from last year to this year?
You'll have to watch when we play our games.
You mentioned
About the same, seriously, I'm joking.
Sorry. You mentioned on media day, do you think the team can improve in deflections, charges taken, and also turnover rate? Why do you think you guys can make strides in those areas?
I think it's just something we got better as the year went along last year. I think we had a good stretch there the last part of the year, but it's also something we're focused on. I think we also have the length and activity to do that. We have some guys that are pretty good at it. It's definitely something we have to get better at, though.
With putting in some offensive stuff today, going against the defensive stuff you worked on yesterday, if you were able to get up and down the floor, what did you like about the way that they were able to implement it with now an offense in live play?
I liked our pace today. That's obviously something we want to play, get the ball up and down the court quickly, try to find shots early in the clock. The guys were moving today, and the ball was flying around. Body movement was great. So we were challenging ourselves on both ends, so I thought that was a really good thing, made practice really competitive.
Coach, with Jordan no longer here, that opens up sort of a vacuum in terms of being a ball handler, a go-to ball handler for the team. And I know you've said multiple times you like having multiple ball handlers on this team. Are there any players specifically who you want to see take a step forward and develop their ball handling?
I want to see everybody. I mean, we have a big roster. That's one thing that's great about our roster is that we have a lot of guys that can do that. So at points of this year, we're going to see a little bit of everybody having a chance to handle more. But the way we designed our offense, it was the same last year. It's multiple guys can handle, multiple guys can push. We think that's what's going to build us to be a sustainable winner, as we've talked about before.
CJ's leadership style, what have you liked most about what you've seen in the last couple of days from him in that regard?
Yeah, total professional. Guy was a craftsman about his game, understands how to get himself ready. Those are just great examples to have in our locker room, so we're obviously thrilled to have him around.
Were there any specific moments, either today or yesterday, where the competition, the intensity popped to you?
Nothing specific. Just the overall.
It was high once again. I thought yesterday was a great day for 2 practices, and then to come in and have the same attention to detail, focus, and energy, I thought was great.
The continuity from day 1 to day 2 with the younger players, what have you seen from them, and have any of them stood out to you in terms of their connection mentally to the game?
They've lost it out. I mean, they all do, their individual things, but I think the most important things, they pick up things pretty quickly. The flow of play, defensive principles, stuff like that. So that's usually the hardest thing as a rookie and a young player coming in. A lot of things are moving fast, can't pick up on things too great, but I think they have so far.
And have you been a level of leadership for them in that regard?
I try to be as vocal as I can, and just have my 2 cents from time to time. But it's just more of just encouraging them. We're all competing. We're playing, doing different drills, so a lot of trash talking, but just trying to find ways to have fun and keep them motivated, keep the competition high.
On that note, Bub talked about how he's been asking you and CJ a lot of questions. What's the best question he's asked you guys?
I mean, I can't pick out one in particular, but it's just all little tidbits about scoring, things we see, passing, defensive principle stuff. Like I think everybody's known me, CJ. I've seen a lot. We have played through a lot, so hopefully we have most of the answers for these guys when they ask us questions.
What wisdom do you try to impart, specifically on the defensive end? Because it sounds like that was a big focus yesterday.
Yeah, just being in the right spot. I think that's step one. The most important thing. If you're in the right spot, more times than not, good things are going to happen. Steals can come to you, deflections, all different type of things. So just being in the right spot at the right times.
Khris, Bub said that yesterday he only took 2 shots at practice because it was such a defensive-focused practice.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a part of a practice that was that defensive-focused, especially this early in training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys have it easy. I mean, I remember practices where we an hour and a half, 2 hours with no basketball. So the fact that he got at least 2 shots on the defensive practice, I think is great. He should be happy about that.
Like in semi-pro.
Yeah.
Media day, you mentioned feeling a little bit more settled here in DC since the trade. How much more settled do you also feel on the floor, kind of understanding what this system is, how you can play within it, and also just being healthy?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, I'm not trying to pick up things on the fly in the middle of a season from game to game. I'm kind of familiar about how BK likes to run things, how the team wants to play. So get a little refresher day 1, day 2. Still gonna mess up a couple of times, but I think picking it up also is just been a little bit easier for me this year.
Last year, when you got here, you also mentioned the pace with which they play. You noticed
Yeah.
an uptick in it.
Yeah.
Now that you're kind of settling in, do you feel like that pace is the same, or has it gone up even more with how many young guys you guys do have?
I think it's gone up a little bit more, unfortunately for me. But that's great. I mean, they need to play fast. We want to play fast. I'll find my spots. I know when to sprint. I know how to sprint. I know how to get to certain spots at certain times. So that's the key for this year. I think we all have to be in shape. I think guys know that. They're ready for it.
Were there any specific moments you noticed today where the intensity popped a little bit?
I think that's just throughout practice. Anytime you put teams against each other in camp, guys are ready to play. We get tired of the drill. So any one-on-one, any competition drills, that's when I think you see the peak competitiveness come out.
What stands out to you about Trey Johnson's jump shot?
He's just a shooter, man. I mean, he has confidence. He's going to pull it whenever he's open, not think twice about it.